Hi guys, Sarah here. I wanted to go through and do a more detailed breakdown on testing Buff, Toffee, and Yellow Jacket. I'm going to be putting things over here to sort of help break down what we need to do, and this is all like from memory in my head, so if I misspeak, I'm sorry.
Really quick, I want to thank all the members for helping to support this channel. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. If anybody else would like to become a member and help support this channel, you can click join under any video to do that. You get different perks based on the different level that you pick. Thanks to Reptilinks for helping to support this channel. If you want to use my code SarahSnake27 at checkout at Reptilinks.com, you will get a discount on some of this amazing food for your snakes. I also have a website, sarahsnakeshop.com, where I sell corn snakes and corn snake accessories. So if you'd like to check me out there, I also have a morph market where the majority of the snakes I have up for sale are posted. So if you'd like to check that out, all of this stuff is all linked down in the description below. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and I'm going to get on with the video.
Okay, so I did a video on Buff specifically, but mentioned Toffee and Yellow Jacket as well. I'll link that video here. And we are not 100% sure, like as a community, yet if the Buff, Toffee, and Yellow Jacket mutations are actually different from each other. A lot of people who breed these mutations say that they are different, but visually they look very similar, and they also work the same way. They're dominant, and they also all originated in caramel lines all the way back from Rich Zukowski's original caramels. So here's what we would need to do to, like, the easiest way that I can see to figure it out. And what we would need is at least a pair of homozygous of each of these. So there's a lot that goes into getting to that point in the first place. What would go into getting into that, like getting to that point would be most people have a heterozygous version of them, which basically just means they have the gene on, like, the mutation on one side but not the other side. But because the mutation is dominant, it will still be visual even though it doesn't have it on both sides. Whereas like other mutations like AML, you can have like a het AML, which is AML on one side but not the other side. But since AML is recessive, you're not going to see it. So just kind of keep that in mind. So since these are dominant, you would have to probably start with a pair of heterozygous of each. So maybe, unless you happen to have a homozygous, but most people don't have a homozygous because most people, and it's the same thing with like Tessera, most people are not going to breed these dominant mutations like back to another one of those mutations to try to like make the like super form of it, or the homozygous version of it, because it probably won't look that different, to be honest. And in all of these cases, I don't think that we've really seen it look any different. I am sure that super buffs have been produced. I'm sure that super toffees have been produced. When I say super, I just mean that it is on both sides and not just on one side. And I have personally produced super yellow jackets, but they don't, at least the yellow jackets, I can pretty much confirm that they don't look that much different. Maybe like a little bit, but it's not like consistent enough from my experience to be like, oh, for sure one of these, is heterozygous and the other one's homozygous. So like they're all pretty much the same. So pretty much what we would need to do is, let's just say we have heterozygous versions of each of these starting out. We would need to breed a pair of heterozygous of each of these to each other, and then raise up any visuals and test breed them to normals. I mean, this again is like the simplest way to go. So like if you buy these as hatchlings, like let's say you happen to get 3 pairs, one of each mutation, as hatchlings, and then you raise them up right there, that's 3 years. And then you breed them together and you get offspring. So then that's like, we'll just say that's on the 3rd year, but then you have to raise all of those offspring up. So we're at 6 years now. And then you would have to test breed all of the visual offspring to normals. So let's say you have 30 of them or something, who knows how many you would have at this point. You'd have to breed all of those to normals. And let's say you could get all of that done in 1 year. Like, let's say you were able to find a pair from each from each clutch that was definitely homozygous, because that's what you would need. So you have the 2 heterozygous parents, and then their babies are going to be the F1s. That's what we're going to call them, the F1s. And the F1s are going to be like comprised of normals, the heterozygous versions, and some homozygous versions. Sorry, that's my phone. And so, but the heterozygous and homozygous versions are going to look the same as each other in pretty much all these scenarios. And so, like, set aside those normals or whatever. Maybe you want to keep them. It doesn't really matter. You raise all those F1s up, and then you want to breed all of those F1s to normals, preferably ones that are unrelated. And so then those babies are going to be the F2s. When you look at those F2s, you will be able to determine which one of the F1 parents were homozygous versus heterozygous, because the heterozygous parents, when bred to a normal, are going to produce at least some normal offspring. So any of the ones that would produce normal offspring out of that breeding, you could eliminate out of the project. And then what's left over from those F1s are your homozygous snakes. And so let's say from that, so we're at 6 years now. And that's assuming it's going to be easy to tell which ones are normals versus not normals within that same like 6th year, because you may not be able to tell right away. But anyway, we'll just say 6 years. And then you would want to take the homozygous versions of those and start mixing them up. And so you want to breed a homozygous yellow jacket to both a homozygous buff and a homozygous toffee. And then you want to breed a homozygous toffee to a homozygous buff as well. On the 7th year, you are able to get their offspring. That's awesome.
Sarah, in editing really quick, I realized I forgot to mention that at this point, all of the baby snakes that you're getting from this breeding are nondescript yellow morphs.
So now what you need to do is raise them up. So now we're at 10 years. That's 3 years later. You want to raise all of those up, and then you want to breed them to normals. And if you do that, and any babies from those different pairs are normals, then that means that these mutations are different mutations. But if you do not get any normals, and you get 100% just visual yellow snake, then that means they are the same mutation. And of course, you wouldn't want to just do this with one breeding. If you did get 100% visual offspring, let's just say you got 15, which is an okay number, but most people will say like 75 is probably like a really safe number. 50 is like a mostly safe number. 30 is a reasonable number, but that's only like 2 clutches. So you really want to have like a lot of offspring in this project at the very end. So you may have to test breed for yet another year before you can say for sure. So this is at this point an 11-year project. If anybody wanted to start buying hatchlings today, and that is why no one has proved it. That is why no one has actually proven this out yet, because this is not a simple project. Of course, it's more simple if you already have a proven homozygous pair of something. That's going to be a huge shortcut. If they're already proven to be homozygous, that cuts your time in less than half, maybe about half. But it's still going to be a lot of work. It's still going to be a lot of work. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.